Hello, everybody. Let me get comments up on my iPad. My iPad stand that I use in here is gone, so I think my kids took it. So the comments on here are gonna be weird. Yep, they sure are gonna be weird. So I hope that I can catch the comments. I'll try. It's just they're weird. The way my iPad is, it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to see them. So happy Sunday, everybody. The last time we chatted was on Friday. So let me go over a few things really quick here in the beginning, and then we'll dive into our project. So if you are on YouTube, I am no longer live any longer, but you can comment and, leave a comment, and I will definitely come back. And hey, Chris, happy birthday. Well, happy late birthday. I never got a chance to wish you a happy birthday last week. I hope you had a good birthday. So if you're on YouTube, you can still leave a comment in the comment section, and I will come back and answer them, but I'm no longer live. So I'm live here on Facebook, and currently I am trying to clock some hours here on Facebook with my lives because remember last week we talked about what are the stars and what's happening with the stars. Facebook just reached out to me and offered me a different status with my Facebook account. So that is what the star situation is. So I know I cannot remove that because I accepted their offer to change the status of that account. So it's on there. I don't know how to remove it. So if you see that if you're on Facebook and you see that message pop up, don't feel like you have to send the stars, but just that's why they're there. And then I'm currently trying to clock some hours here on lives with Facebook so that I can reach the appropriate amount of hours to be accepted to their offer or whatever it is. It's a Facebook thing. So that's why I'm doing lots of lives here on Facebook. All my videos next week will be live here on Facebook. And then if you're on YouTube, I put in the description below, I put the chapters of the video or the timestamps of the video so that you can zip through all the stuff that you don't want to watch, right? So if you don't want to see the chit chat or whatnot, you can skip it. Okay, so that's if you're on YouTube. So those are all of the things, housekeeping items for today. I meant to go live Friday and then also on Saturday. Friday, we had Kayla's 8th grade graduation, which was really fun to do. And I was just, a bit emotional, not a ton, but it's always an exciting thing when one chapter is ending and another chapter is beginning. So it was a little bit of a crazy Friday for me. And then yesterday, I just didn't get to it. So today, what I want to share with you are these 3 cards. We're going to do our make and takes for Blessed to Craft. And so I'm going to put these 3 cards together on camera for you. And this is the Blessed to Craft kit. If you get the make and take kit. So this month I did something really different. And instead of doing cut cardstock and designer paper and that kind of thing, what I did is I included in color cardstock. So everybody got all colors of the in colors to celebrate the new in colors. I love these colors. I've said before that I love these colors more than probably any other in colors we've had. Once I got them in my hands, they are just gorgeous. And so what you're going to be able to do is just take your cardstock out, and then you're going to be able to make your cards. And if you want to do a different color, you totally can, because I give you all of the colors of cardstock. And then there's also a little pack of designer paper, which I need to grab my paper out. my in color paper. Let me grab that. So there is some in color paper that you get. So again, you're going to be able to pick whichever colors you want. And then there are these, which are the matte decorative dots in our in colors. So I'm probably going to have to grab a new package. I also have these from my paper pumpkin kit. Let me see if I can salvage that one. It just came off. But I think I might need a new packet, and I have one right here. So you get those as well. And then these are your die cuts for the cards. So you'll see those. So that's what you get. So we're going to make these cards, and we're using the Sweet Songbird stamp set. I just spent the last 15 minutes looking for my stamp set. I could not find it. And then it also has a punch that coordinates. Several of you got this for the make and take. You also purchased the Sweet Songbird bundle, and that will come with your kit. And then I have my in colors. So I grabbed these 3 that I'm going to be using. And then I grabbed soft suede for the branch and the little nest, right? So that's the color that I thought would go. You could do crumb cake. That would go really well as well. I think early espresso might be a little too, it might be a little too dark. You could stamp off as well if you wanted. So then I'm also going to grab the twine, the in color twine, and we'll use some of that. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll just put these together. So let me see if I can see any comments. They're so weird on here. So let's start. Starry Night is probably it's probably like goes Starry Night and then Parakeet Party and then Sweet Sorbet as my favorites. I just love this Starry Night. It's so pretty. Okay, so let's cut our cardstock, and I'm just going to cut this at 4 1/4. That's my favorite way to do a card. Hey, Dawn. Okay, and then we're going to fold this. I always just fold. You can score if you want. A lot of times I feel like when I score, I don't get it. Like I don't get the score line right, and it's like somehow off. Okay. So the other thing, because these are pretty dark colors, I'm gonna, oops, totally dropped my paper. Okay, so I'm gonna take a piece of basic white, and I'm going to cut 4 of these. I'm cutting at 4 inches, and then we're going to cut at 5 1/4. And I'm going to do both of these at the same time. And these are going to be inside pieces for my card. Cards. Okay. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you a card, a really fun, like, fun fold kind of card that I received. I don't know that it would be considered a fun fold. It's a different kind of fold card that I received that was done with this bundle that I thought was super cute, and I want to figure out how to make it. So I'll show you that at the end. It looks complicated, but you know, sometimes fancy fold cards or fun fold cards, like they're not hard once you know like how to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this inside my card for my message. Like so. Okay, so for this one, I see Roberta popped on here as well. Hi, Roberta. For this one, I want to use my, and I'm going to use, these are scraps. So I love, so I need this, and then I need another piece of the blue. These are my two favorite patterns, the floral and the plaid. I like the polka dots as well. I don't love the lines on there, but I don't mind them. But these definitely are my two favorite. So what I want to do is I'm just making sure I'm getting my measurements correct. And then for Blessed to Craft, you will also have a PDF with all of the measurements, of course, like always every month. And then you'll refer to this video if you have any questions about how to put things together. So I just lined those two pieces of pattern paper up, and I'm going to cut these at 1.5. And then I'm going to cut at 4.25. So we're right here at the end of May. I'll need 3 of these, the size. We're right here at the end of May, and currently Stampin' Up! Is offering a really amazing deal for the starter kit that includes the end colors. So you get end color cardstock, you get the end color designer paper, you get all of the end color ink pads, and I think there's one other thing that you get. Oh, in color grid paper. And so if you are interested in getting all of that, it's a fantastic deal. You spend $99 for the starter kit, and then you get to pick $125 in product. Plus you get all of those in color items, the paper, the cardstock, the ink pads, on top of that. Plus it ships for free. So it is a really fantastic deal if you want to get those end colors. Yeah, all the way to the end. So I picked 2 designs, and then there's one design. So I'm going to rotate it. So that ends at the end of the month. So if you're interested in that, make sure you do that before the end of the month. It's just a fantastic ordering, like, starter kit special. You get all of the amazing items. And then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of inside information. If you have followed Stampin' Up! For a while, you know that during celebrations, they always have like a starter kit special. And I know that a lot of people will wait for celebrations to see what that is going to be, because it's usually, you know, pretty phenomenal. And you get, you know, extra product, or you get a special thing. And I have seen the catalog already for celebrations that's coming up in July and August. And I have also seen the holiday catalog, I guess we call it now the July through December catalog. I always refer to it as the holiday catalog because it's for the holidays, right? Like, it's all of our holiday stuff. So I've already seen all of that. I saw it during our incentive trip virtual gathering that we had a couple weeks ago. And the special for purchasing the starter kit for celebrations is nowhere near as good as the special is right now. So if you were holding out thinking like, oh, I bet it'll be better during celebrations, it's not. This one is by far better for the products that you're getting. So that's a heads up. I still think the ordering special, it'll be fun when celebrations comes along, but it's just not as good as for the product that you can get right now. So I'm using one of my stitched rectangles. I'm sort of really sad that so many of our shape dies have retired. The So Sweetly Stitched dies retired. The Hippo and Friends die retired. The Nestled, what were these called? Stitched Nestled dies. Our shape. So I have all of these, and I will rotate through them and use them but a lot of them have retired, which is kind of sad. Hey, Nicole. Okay, so we have our stitched rectangle, and we are going to do our stamping now. So I'm going to need another piece of white. I'm just going to cut this at 4 1/4. That's what I normally do. So if I don't use that other side, I can use it as a card base. But let's do our stamping. So we're going to need our punch and our stamp set. And then for this, we're going to need these 2 colors, or 3 colors. Okay, so let's do our stamping on our rectangle first. So I have soft suede, and then we're going to take out the branch, and then we're also going to take these leaves out. And I love that these leaves are together, so it makes it easier to stamp. I'm going to show you. So let's grab this one, and then this. Okay, so then for soft suede, we're going to go right into our ink. And I should have a piece of grid paper over here, but I don't. So we'll just use this. Okay, so I'm going to put this at an angle. Hopefully you can see that. And it's going to hang off a little bit, but I want it at a... I wanted to say a loop, but that's not the right word. It's not a loop. Ooh, that's kind of dark. Well, it'll fade a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna do the green. And then this is gonna make it really easy to stamp these leaves. You're just gonna line both of these up. I went down a little, well, it's okay. We're doing all of this planting. We've we've planted flowers in our front yard. And somebody texted me let's do our sentiment too, this week, and was like, oh, I hope, because we had a few hot days, and they were like, oh, I hope that, you've been doing okay with the heat. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's just a couple days. So, it's not too bad. I don't struggle too much when it's just a couple days. I said, but all of a sudden I'm real worried about plants. And if anybody knows me, they know, I'm not a plant person. I tend to kill plants. And I said, but all of a sudden I'm real worried about all the plants outside. Who am I? I must be getting I feel like I'm just getting old. Those are the things that now I worry about, plants. So on the scrap piece here, we're going to stamp our nest. So it's been kind of funny this week that I've been so worried about the plants, if they're going to be okay. But we bought all these, and then it's you spend the money to buy the flowers and the plants, and I don't want them to die. I just think oh, that'd be such a waste of money. So we're doing our best here to keep the flowers alive. So for this, what you're going to do is fussy cut this, and it's really not too bad. So we'll trim this down. And then we'll take our snips and I just do a very, I just follow it. It doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't Hallmark, right? You're just going to get the shape of this. And on this particular set, if you did not want to buy the punch, these images are actually very easy to fussy cut if you ended up not getting the punch. Okay, so we have that piece. And then now let's do our stamping of the bird, and then we'll use the punch. So let's stamp our little songbird. We're going to use this guy here. He's going to be facing this way. And we're going to do this in Starry Night. And let me just check comments since they're showing up weird here. So we'll let that soak into the ink. And then I feel like okay, let me just do this and see what happens. Look at how beautiful that color is. I just love it. So then I think, yeah, sometimes you have to just be aware of how you're stamping something, like where you're stamping it, of how the punch is going to work. So we're going to punch that guy out. And then the other thing we're going to do is take this polka dot piece. And it's just a little tiny scrap, but I thought I could get both pieces out of there. And then we have this little piece. Let's see. Well, let me use this piece. Oh, I should have one. I don't know where it went, so I'm just gonna re-punch it. So I'm gonna punch this little heart piece out, and then we're also going to grab our, this is the pumpkin pie writer marker, and instead of me grabbing cardstock and punching that little tiny piece out, we're just gonna color that piece and use it. Okay, so let's put this guy together. Let's see. Okay, so here's our little guy here. And I'm also going to grab, yeah, these out. Okay. So I'm going to grab my tweezers because it's just going to be easier. Always thought it was kind of ridiculous to use tweezers. And then I got a set and I was like, wait a minute, this is way easier. So we're going to cover that up, right? Like so. And then this little piece goes on there like that. And I'm going to go ahead. I was going to use the polka dots, but I feel like the polka dots are too dark. So we'll use that part. Okay. And then let's use a googly eye or two. So I'm just maybe so I think two, and we'll just put them here. I mean, it can look any way you want, right? It's your card. Well, I think he looks funny. Okay, so now let's finish the card up. So we're gonna put this on some foam adhesive. I always feel like foam adhesive is the thing that just elevates your card. Okay. I always feel like it's magic when the card comes to, like when it's all finished, particularly when you're doing these builder, like you're building the scene. I love it. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. We're going to tuck this guy in. So we want... I just want adhesive right at the bottom. And it's not setting exactly right on the branch. It's a little bit lower, but that's okay. If I go much higher, it's going to interfere with my... Oh, man. With my... His eyes got messed up. Oh. So then we'll tuck him in there. Like so. And to finish this one up, we're going to take a little bit of our twine that matches. I also really love all the accessories they've come out with for the end colors this year. Like they have the baker's twine, which I love, and I don't think that we have enough baker's twine. I wish we had it for every color, actually, that we had. I know that's a little bit obsessive, sort of ridiculous, but I love it. And so I love that. And then I love the embellishments they came out with. So I've just tied a little bow. I just wanted to kind of straighten that. And then I'll trim that up. And we have one thing that I forgot to stamp, and I'm hoping that it'll be okay. So I'm going to take a glue dot. And then I'm going to scrunch that glue dot up so it won't stick to the envelope when I mail this. Okay, so the next piece out of the stamp set that I want, and I will clean these off camera when I'm all done, is I want this little flower, and I want that blue ink again. It's pretty cute, right? And here is where I should have done the stamping before I put the foam on, but I think I'm just going to be brave. And okay, we better stop right there because they all came out pretty good. And then let's grab our embellishments, which I don't know where they went. Right here. Let's start with these first. I would like to use up a package before I have to open a new one. I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. Yeah, because I need the little ones. We're going to have to open up a new package. Okay. Yeah, and I love that these are like a little bit in an ombre kind of color, because you'll get a lot of variety with these. You can get some darker ones and some lighter ones. Okay, so there is our first card. I love it with the googly eyes, right? Let me check comments. Hi, Brenda. Nice to see you here. Hey, Carol. So glad you're here. And then I think I need a little sip of coffee. Okay, so that's the first card. Okay, and on this one, I just used my white gel pen to draw the eyes in, but I think I like it better with the googly eyes. Okay, so let's do card number 2. I'm going to save the fancy fold for the very end. Okay, so the next card we're going to do is with Sweet Sorbet. Let's move everything aside. And for this one, we're going to cut our card stock this way at 5.5. Okay. So again, we will fold this. This color is beautiful. It is such a pretty, it reminds me of Poppy Parade, just a little, just lighter. Okay, so then what we're going to need is we're going to need one to go on the front and one to go on the inside. I wish that Stampin' Up! Would come out with a stamp set of greetings for the inside of your card. I always feel like I'm missing, like that's the thing I always feel like my cards are missing, is like an inside greeting. Okay. So we have that on the inside. And then this is going to go, oh, I got ink on it. Let's flip it over. Okay, so then the next piece of pattern paper we need, and I'm going to do this different than my original card just to show you a different style. So let me, nope, not that one. That one right there is what I want, right here. Okay, so we're going to cut this. And I need my ruler. My desk starts to get a mess and then I can't find things. Okay, so we need this to be 3 inches. Nice good chunk. And then 4 1/4. And then this piece we can use to do the flap of our envelope to match our card. Okay. So we are going to put this piece down flat. Like here. And that's so pretty. For some reason, this color also reminds me of Strawberry Lemonade. Isn't that funny? I don't know why. I don't particularly think it necessarily looks like lemonade, but I just want to pair this with yellow and like make a lemon card. Okay, so for this, what I want to do is add foam to it. So we'll use that piece of foam. And then I'm going to have to cut another piece. Oh, sorry, guys. Allergies are crazy. Okay, so we'll put this piece on foam. And I wanted to do this in the polka dots to do it a little different than the original one I made. And then I'll show you. And then I'm just going to use my grid mat to line this up. So I moved my desk up so that I wouldn't be leaning so far forward when I was filming. But I keep leaning forward thinking I need to. Okay, so for this one, we're going to use our So Sweetly Stitched even though it's retired. We're gonna do it. And then we'll grab our soft suede. And we won't need anything under this because this is gonna stretch pretty much this whole die cut. But we're still gonna curve it some. This stamps beautifully. Okay, and then same thing, we'll grab our green and we will do some leaves again. Okay, so let's do leaves. Then we are gonna do the greeting. So what I usually do when I am stamping is I will put all the stamps I need to clean over here. Like we won't use this again, I don't think. And I won't use this greeting again. So I'll just put them on this side. And then when I'm done doing all my stamping, I will clean. Sometimes that works for when I'm filming. But I've also done it when I'm just like stamping and not filming. Okay, so right here, we're going to use this one. And I'm just gonna put it right here and hope it's straight. I feel like I did that crooked. Well, it got a tiny bit messy, but I think we can go with it. And then I want the little flower. I'm actually gonna grab a different blue. I'm gonna grab the lighter blue ink for this, which is Orchard Oasis. Hey, Julie. Thank you, Dawn. Allergies are a bit crazy right now. We're all struggling with them. Okay, so here we're just gonna, again, add these flowers. And it'll be easier to do. Yeah, I like that. How cute is that? This set is so cute. This is one of those sets that just make me so happy when I get done stamping. Like when I get done making a card, I'm like, I can't believe that I made that. Oh man, I messed up already. Oh, I wonder if I can fix this. Well, on my other one, I put twine on this and I forgot to do that. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? Okay, we're gonna do, I know how I'm gonna fix it. So what we're gonna do is take our snips, which are around here somewhere, and we're going to cut our cardstock. So we're gonna cut right there. Yep. That's perfect. So we just took a little notch out, and I'll show you what I messed up here in a minute. And then we're gonna take our twine, and we're gonna take quite a bit of it. What is it that Bob Ross always said? It's not a mistake, it's just a happy accident. This will just be different than the one in the photo, and you'll get to see a couple different styles. Okay. Okay, so that will be fine. So it's going to take a little bit of effort just threading this through. If we weren't live, I'd edit all this out for you. And I don't mind if they get twisted together. And I do want at least 3, but I think I can get it wrapped around 4 times. I think there's actually enough. Yeah, I think there is. So instead of wasting it and cutting it off, oh, it's coming apart. Okay, perfect. We can just hang this down here. We'll tie it in a bow. So that's going to be our fix. And you'll see the other way that I did it when I show you the other card. And then we'll do a bow down here. Loop this underneath, and then we'll trim it. And then you can still move that around, okay? So there's that. And then we're going to add this here, like so. And I could do it underneath. I've never done that before. Let's do that. So on the end here, I don't know if I'm gonna love that, but we're gonna try it. So I should have some foam left. Where's my foam piece? Well, let's use dimensionals, I guess. I don't know where my foam piece went. Is this the right? Nope. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So we're just gonna try this. I mean, it doesn't hurt to just try something. I mean, right? Okay. So then we're gonna stick this underneath. I should have used my other foam because my dimensionals are not as thick. And good thing we already did all that stamping. Okay, so now let's make our, oh, here's that foam piece. Our bird. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab, I'm going to use the same bird. There's 2 different birds on here, but I want him facing that same way. I'm feeling, oh no, I'm not feeling confused. Okay, for a moment I was feeling confused. You ever look at a stamp and you're like, wait a minute. Okay, so we'll go into the sweet sorbet. And we'll stamp him right there. Oh, he's so cute. Okay. Now let's use our punch. Punch him out. And I like that little thin white border. And then we'll keep our little heart. And then we need a piece of scrap. Oh, is that an ant? Okay, and then I'll do this one. So let's do that. Okay, so let's build this now. Okay, so we have this guy, and we could always add Wink Estella to this guy too. We'll get our pumpkin pie. Add that. And where's the tweezers at? Here they are. Okay. Oh man, that was too much. That glue. Came out too fast. Okay. And let's do the googly eyes again. I think I've had these googly eyes for like 20 years. I bought those googly eyes when we lived in our old house. And we've been in this house for 10 years. So 10 years next month. And I bought these when we lived in our old house. So I've had them for a long time. Okay, that looks better. Okay, let's bring our card back. And then because the twine is right there, what I'm going to do is put this little guy on dimensionals. And I'm going to do the dimensionals. Can you see? Yeah. I'm going to leave like a little space for the twine, I think. We'll do that. And then we'll take a little one. Like so. Okay, so let's peel all this off. And then we'll put him right over the... Oh man, my eyes got messed up again. His little back end there's kind of hanging off. I should have moved him all the way over. Well, that's how it's gonna go. That's how that went down. So let's grab these. Okay. Well, a couple missteps on this one. Whoops. This is so pretty. And I'm going to put one in the middle of every single flower because it just really makes the card. And I'm going with the lighter color on these. Oh, I love these. Okay, so let me show you how the original card came out, or how it originally went. So originally I had my twine down below, right? So my twine was here instead. So this is just the way I fixed it since I had already glued this down. And then I used the dots instead of the plaid. But it still opens up. And then there is quite a difference when you don't add that white panel. So you can see, now you could write on this. This isn't so dark you wouldn't be able to see. But it does make a nice finished touch. So there's that. So let me know which way you like the twine better. On the bottom or on the side like that. Okay, so let's make our last card. And then I will show you the fancy card that I want to figure out how to make. So this one is going to be a little bit of a fancy fold. Not a little bit, it is. It's a fancy fold. So what you're going to want to do is cut your cardstock at 4 1/4. And what I do, again, I don't score because I just feel like every time I score, it's off just a tiny bit and the ends don't match up and I get frustrated. So I'm going to fold it this way once. And you see the crease when I folded it. I don't know if you can see it on here on camera very well, but there's a little bit where it creased. So I just flip it over and that side looks nice and smooth, right? Hey, Missy. They do go together so well, Dawn. And then what I do, again, instead of scoring, I'm just going to fold this back on itself. And then that makes it so where everything lines up. It really bothers me when my card pieces, when they don't line up. Like if it doesn't line up here or it doesn't line up here. So I just fold it and I never worry about the creases. Like I can flip it over and then like it's smoother. But right here, there's a little bit of some creases. But I don't worry about it because people understand it's homemade. Like there's a way that you can do your card, and if there's a little bit of imperfection like that, it's fine, but it looks nice. So what I want to do is now use the pattern paper, and we're going to use a couple different ones. So the first one I want to use is this one, and I'm going to use this one, and then we're going to use this one. All right, so let's get to cutting. The first cut we're going to make is with the plaid, and we're gonna do this at 4 inches by 5 1/4. That's the first one, so we have that. The second one, I gotta double check. Yes, I was right. The next one is going to be we'll do 2 1/2 by 4. Makes me nervous. I think that's the right one. And then we have these two options. Well, these 4 options. And we're doing this on the inside. So I think I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to make this, I don't know, 1 1/4. Just trying to slide that over a little. Okay. 1 1/4. And then we want this by 4 1/4 as well. Oops, you know what I think I did? I think I did that I think I did that wrong. No, I think I did this. Okay, so let's just see. Let's see how it goes. I might have to do some trimming. So the first thing we're going to do is on the inside. Oh, and I need more. I need more pattern paper. These two colors are gorgeous together. Okay. So here we're going to do this on the inside. Okay. And then I want something for right here. Let's do, I think it's 2 1/2 by 4. That's my guess. Let's see how close I am to right. Yep, it's totally fine. Okay, so then right there for that panel. So then your card is going to close this way. So the next thing we're going to do is on this panel, we're going to put a little something, and all this is going to be flat. And then we're going to put this here. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it long like that so that it goes over the edges. And then I think I'm going to do something different with this card too than originally. I just like to be able to give you guys several ideas. So if you don't exactly like, you know, something on a particular card, you have some ideas on how you can do it differently. Okay. So now what I did originally is I wrapped my twine. Let me find my green twine. I wrapped my twine this way. But what I'm wondering is what if I wrapped it this way by doing that same thing that I did before, by taking out a little notch and then using my twine. I need to grab this with my... Okay, so let's... I feel like this is going to be a problem. Okay. So then let's do this whole thing again where we thread it through. And it does take a little bit of a minute, but I think it's worth it in the end. And you can use an X-Acto knife for your tweezers or something to push the twine through. I just use my nail. One more. I think we can do one more. Okay. Oh yeah, I think this is cute. Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll tie the bow on here. Put that underneath. Okay. And then we'll trim this. All right, so there's our basic fun fold. Now let's go ahead and we're going to use another So Sweetly Stitched, and we're going to do all of our stamping on here, and we're going to do a couple different things. So we need our branch again and our soft suede, but this time we're going to do 2 branches. So we're going to do one here like so. And then we're going to turn it, and we're going to do one here. This is also going to allow us to get some more leaves on here and some different flowers. So let's do our green. And isn't it nice, these leaves? I mean, it's just so easy to stamp these. So we'll come in here, and this is going to stamp over that other branch, but that's okay. It's a dark enough color but it's going to end up looking like it's under this branch. So you're not going to have to do any masking because that's a dark color, right? So it just looks like the leaf is tucked behind. I could have come down a little bit lower. Okay. Let me look in here. Oh, there's not. Okay. So next, we're going to do the teeny tiny flowers. And for this one, I think we're just going to do the dark starry night. Okay, so we'll come in here. And I like to do some of the flowers off the page, like off the die cut. I feel like I want one in there, but I'm nervous to stamp it there. I guess that's good enough right there. Okay. Oh man, I just almost flung that ink pad. Okay, so then let's do this and we'll grab a new sentiment. So I'm done with this floral piece. So again, I'm just going to put it right there on the edge and then I'll stack these blocks. And we're going to need both birds and another sentiment. So I'm just looking through these. We'll go with It's Your Special Day because that could be, I think I'll use this card for Violet for her graduation. She's graduating 6th grade next Friday. And I think that I'll use this card for her. So I want to clean that block. I need another block here. Okay, so I'm going to get this a little closer to me just so I can make sure that it's lined up. So I apologize. I don't think I'm on camera. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to need the green and the Starry Night. Okay. So then we need a piece of scratch paper. And we're going to stamp our larger bird. Where is it? Right here with Starry Night. Ooh, that almost went right into my ink and the wrong color. And because these are photopolymer, you're going to see like it's stained from the sweet sorbet, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with your stamps getting stained. It just means you use them. Okay, so there's that bird, and I think we're done with Starry Night. So we can punch this out with our punch, wherever that is. And then I think for this other one, we're going to need to fussy cut it. Okay, and then I'm going to show you, there's a little bit of a mistake on this. I'm going to show you how to fix it. Okay, and then I want two of these little pieces. I want that piece, and then I want a green one. So we're going to stack all of this up here for a minute. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is color these. And we still need that green ink pad, so I'm leaving it open. Okay, so we'll just color these. right, done. And then let's stamp. So we have that. We'll need that. Oh, let me show you how to fix this part. So see how there was something on my stamp right there? So we're going to open this back up. I have a little bit of ink on that. We're going to take a Wink of Stella that doesn't really have anything left in it. This actually might be my new Wink of Stella, of course. Whenever I want to grab a new Wink of Stella, I don't. And the moment I don't want to grab it, I do. So, and we can just go over the little nose part or the beak part because we're going to put something on there anyways. So we totally fixed that image without having to restamp and then punch it out again, right? Okay, so we'll let that guy dry. And then let's do our next one, which this is, we need another block. Oh, we're almost at the end of our project here. Okay, so then we'll take our green. We'll stamp him. And then we're just gonna fussy cut him. Okay, and then I gotta, and this guy will be easy to fussy cut. So I just like to get rid of most of it, and then I'm just gonna show you. The key when you're fussy cutting is to move your paper, not your scissors. So as I open my scissors really large, and then I slowly close them, and I turn the paper instead of my scissors. And then even when I need to open them again, I take them out. You know, I stop for a second, and then you want to try to avoid doing this when you're fussy cutting. You really just want that slow motion of closing the scissors and turning your paper. See, nothing to it at all. Okay, we're on the home stretch. This is the last card. Okay, so let's bring our piece back over, and then some of this is going to get covered up, of course, because I'm going to layer these guys on here. So let's finish these guys out. I'll grab my tweezers. We're going to need, some of these googly eyes have gone yellow, so I think they go, I guess they go like kind of bad. I have some really tiny ones in here. I think that's a tiny one, but I think it's yellow. Yeah, I just try when I am going through these. If I pull out a yellow one, I just try to throw it away. There's a nice tiny one. And then here's a nice tiny one. Okay. Now let's hope the glue doesn't go crazy. So let's put a little, I'm getting nervous. Yep. Okay, so let's put a little dab of glue there. And a little dab of glue there. And then we'll get these pieces. Put them on there. And then this one will go on here. And then just wipe that glue. Okay. And then we're going to have a little dot of glue here. Let's go ahead and put our Wink of Stella on our second little birdie here. See, of course, I grabbed the one that isn't good when I need it to be good. Here we go. Violet will get a kick out of the little birds. Okay, so we'll let that dry for a second. And then let's put this guy on there. And then I'm going to do the little googly eyes on here while we wait for the green Wink of Stella to dry. These tweezers are amazing. Okay, so we'll let that guy dry. And then right here, we want that piece. And then I guess I'm going to do both eyes, but I think maybe it's only meant to have one eye on these. I wonder if I messed that up. Sometimes I have to go look at what other people have created to see if I'm doing it right, particularly with like these. I feel like that looks weird. Okay. So now on this piece, and then we're going to add dimensionals on all of this. Hey, Christine. Oh, from your campsite? How fun. I like the idea of camping. I like the idea of it. But I'm an indoor kind of girl. I've just come to accept that about myself. I don't like being outside. I mean, I'm getting better in planting plants, right? We sat outside last night and had a little fire in our, we have a little tiny fire pit and like right directly in front of our house. And then we have a bigger one in the backyard, but we just did a little tiny one last night. And it was nice. Okay. So this guy is going to go down here. Oh, he's going to cover up all the leaves. All those leaves are going to get covered up. Which I love the leaves. That's okay. Okay, and then the last thing is, of course, our little dots here. We will add right. So cute. Okay. A couple more and then we'll finish this card out. And I think this will be a perfect card for Violet for her 6th grade graduation. Okay. All right, so now let's finish putting this card together. Putting this over here, and then I'm just gonna do this flat on here, on the flap. And I am putting quite a bit of adhesive on there, and then I'm gonna get most of it. And then there's just a little bit. I'll wipe that off. And okay, so that is the last card. And let me show you. So for this one, I did the twine this way. right? And then on this one, I did that twine on the bottom. So I sort of flipped the twine on the two cards. So let's take a look at these all together. And then I'm going to show you the fancy card that I want to try to figure out how to make using, I'm showing it because it uses this set here. Let me get my tweezers put up and my X-Acto knife. All right. So there's those. I don't want my cards to get ruined here. I want all this ink away from them. Okay, so there's these two. Then there's these where I flipped the twine. Oops, maybe it would help if I was on camera, right? There we go. And then these are the same. I did these the same. There wasn't, other than using the googly eyes and figuring that out, right? So let me show you the really fun card that I want to try to figure out how to make. So we'll set those aside. Did one of my googly eyes fall off? Hold on. Hold the phone. Nope, everything's fine. Nope, everything's fine. Okay, that's just an extra googly eye. Okay, so this is the really fun, fancy card that I'm like, how do you do that? Look how cute that is. So it's totally like a really fun fold. Christine said she likes the two eyes. Yes, for sure. For sure. Okay, so there's that one. So I'll put pictures up after I take them. I'll take them afterwards, and then I will have a blog post up. And then on Tuesday, I will be live again. I may go live tomorrow with a little project. I have this card that I'm dreaming of doing. I saw somebody do a card, and I have wanted to try to do it. So I might pop on here tomorrow and do that, but then I'll definitely be live on Tuesday. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these cards. They are really fun to make. The Sweet Songbird bundle is really cute. I definitely am going to use this one for Violet's graduation card. I think she'll really like that. And it'll be fun for her to have that. So I hope you guys all have a great Sunday and a fabulous Memorial Day tomorrow, since it's a holiday weekend. I hope you are all relaxing and having a nice weekend, and I will catch you with my next live. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll chat with you later.